Hi everyone, thanks for viewing my page. This is Paula from Bolyx Financial Market Trading. I'm here to reveal to you the amazing opportunity in the financial market trading. Last week we had a whooping 427 profits, 427% profit in the first week of launching Bolyx Financial Market Trading. This is a fantastic opportunity for whosoever want to make a difference in their life, for whosoever want to add a second income to their already existing job. This is just an opportunity for anybody out there on the street. To be honest with you, I'm not on any hype whatsoever. Last week, when I launched Bolyx Financial Market Trading, I promise you that I'm going to show you the unfair advantages that the bank are using over your deposit in the bank. I promise you, I'm going to show you those unfair advantages that they are using over your savings that you could have turned into massive positive profits. As at this point in time, last week we had 427% increase in profit just launching the Bolyx Financial Market Trading Academy. We started with a low balance of about £295, and currently we have about £1,261 in our trading account. Everyone that managed to participate in the course were able to see these trades as they were taken, were able to see these trades as they were turning into profits, and were able to see this trade as we are managing to take small losses on our position. As you can see, this is the £295 deposit, and these are the trades that were taken on the respective days. At a particular point in time, we have a profit of about £258 that was locked in. We have a maximal loss during that last week of minus £143, but we recouped that with so much gain after. And not only that, we still have some position on in the market that's still netting £595. In summary, this is what we have. We deposit £295. We've got close trades of about £125. We've got balance of about £666. From our initial deposit alone, we've made more than 200% on top of that. We've made exactly over 100% on top of the initial deposit. The initial deposit is £295. Now we have £666 in balance, and then we have equity of about £1,261. From a balance of £295, I would lay emphasis on this. We've got £1,261 in the market currently, launching just Monday last week. This is a fantastic opportunity for everybody out there that's looking for a job, that doesn't even know where to start from. This is a fantastic opportunity for everyone that has got a job out there that is not getting enough of what they should earn doing their job. This is a fantastic opportunity for just anybody out there that's got access to internet, that's got access to a laptop computer or a desktop computer. And I'm going to show you step-by-step process of how to reap these massive financial gains in the market. Going back to the business of the day, which is our weekly outlook. This is what we are looking at in the coming hours, which is starting from tonight from about 10 p.m. London time. I'll start with the Euro US dollar. The Euro US dollar, we're gonna start with a top down approach. Don't mind my chart. I've done some analysis before recording this video to prepare myself for the week ahead. If I start with the weekly, and I'll show you exactly what I've done. This is the weekly chart on the MetaTrader platform, and on the weekly chart we see a move up. I'm gonna pull up a new chart so as not to complicate issues, then can turn back to this one in a second. I'm gonna pull up a new Euro US dollar chart, and I'm gonna pull my template on it, right, and switch to weekly. We're gonna do a top down approach on this Euro US dollar chart, and this is what I'm looking at going into next week, going into this new week trading. First of all, I have a trend line which you can see on this chart that's spanning from that high to the current week trading, right? That is my trend line, and that trend line denotes what exactly is happening on the chart. And as you can follow my line, you will see that I've got touches of that trend line on respective places. Touches over there, touches over there, touches here, and then those touches as well, right? Those touches are showing me that the trend line is being respected, and each and every time when prices touch that trend line, there is some kind of reaction. It's either price can stay above the trend line and move up, or price is finding it difficult to stay above the trend line and then move down. And in this current day of trading, price has managed to break the trend line. Yeah, it has done that a couple of times before. If I switch back to this time in 2011, this area in 2011 April, price managed to break the trend line. We're doing the same thing here now. Prices has retraced from the trend line, retraces from the trend line. Now we've broken it. If we're gonna keep going up, I don't know. That is none of my own problem. If we're gonna bounce back, I don't know either. That is none of my own problem. My own problem is to know where to position myself to reap that same massive financial gain that I was showing you about, which is a 427% increase that we had in the market last week alone. Based on the trading strategy, we've broken the trend line. The next thing that I want to do is I want to look for areas where if prices move closer to those areas, we are likely going to bounce off. I know for newcomers, for someone who hasn't understand what financial market trading means, or what forex trading means, or stock market trading means, this may sound a little bit new, or may sound a little bit too technical for you to understand. But as you follow me each and every week, I will reveal to you how this is done, simple and in an easy format. One thing that I want to achieve from this is to show you how this is done in a simplistic manner, so that an ordinary layman can benefit from this, right? That is that. The next thing I did is look for areas of potential bounces, which, as you can see, I've got this line over here which I've done earlier, and I'm going to do it again for you to see. There's no miracle done here than just watching how the flow goes. Over here, since 2011, I can see series of bounces from prices around there, and then when we broke it, then we had another bounces over there. That's my resistant line basically. Then I have another resistant line and over here as well, and currently we are on top of that resistant line. I will show you how that works. If I bring it down a little bit, we touch it over there, we touch it over there, we touch it over there. That's my same purple line over there. We gain a bounce, we touch it, we get a bounce, touch, bounce, touch, touch that trend line, bounce down. Now we've cleared all that, we are at least moving up. The next thing I'm gonna do again is put this over here to check what is my likely possibility of, if we have a drawdown or if we have a retracement back, where are we likely gonna stop. And my chart is showing me respectively that each and every time we touch this trend line, we bounce back from it, and we went all the way up, bounce there, bounce there, bounce there. Now we are up. So in case we have another drawdown or a retracement or a move down, I'm gonna be looking for new entries in this area. Well, that's about that on my trend line, which is pointing up. And then I've got another area here, which in case if price wants to move down, I've got areas where price can move down to this area. If it continues to move down, I'll be looking for respective targets around there. Right, the next thing I'm gonna do is switch to my, we are doing a top down approach, so I'll switch to my daily chart for me to see what's happened during the last couple of days, then know how I'm planning my trade. This is how you need to look into trade to trade successfully. You have to do a top down approach, and that is what we're doing right now. On my daily chart now, as it is evidently clear that the same trend line which I've drawn on weekly, that has touches in several places, is in force now. And quite surprisingly, if I move it down a little bit to show that, yeah, that eye is touched, I can see clearly that we've moved above that weekly trend line. And the next thing we're doing, if I zoom out, is we are currently moving up. Where we're gonna stop is the next important thing that I don't know, but I'm gonna pinpoint that area using what the price has shown me in history. So that area there where we bounce off, I'm gonna be looking at that critically, which can be an area where we likely gonna reverse. How we are going to know that the reversal is occurring is gonna be treated in my day trading strategy. Right, currently we've broken that, we're looking up, and we seriously looking up. There is a massive force in price break, as it's evidently clear here that we close on a very strong level, and price remains around that area over there where we close from the first break. Price still remain very strong from the break of that weekly trend line. We're looking up to a target around there, which is going to be about, let's say, about the next 100 pips will be our next target if we're gonna move up. If we're gonna move down, we're gonna be looking at areas around there. You may be wondering, what are all these lines and what are all these colorful different lines? Well, as my mentor will have it, that is what it teaches, and that is what it shows me about how moving average works, and all respects back to him. So on daily now, I can see clearly that we've broken that. The next target is going to be an area around the 136.50 area for the euro US dollar. So if we manage to move up, we're looking at targets around 136.50. Currently we've got different position in the market. We've got our buy orders and we've got our sell orders, just to aid the position in case something happened based on the current financial, based on the current German election that is going on. There may be surprises that comes into the market. We teach edging differently in upcoming courses. So currently now, what I'm seeing, if I draw another line from here, I'm saying that prices is moving up. There's no doubt about that. My green candle shows me it's an up movement. The red one shows me it's a down movement. There's no doubt about that. Weekly candle shows me it's green, so we are strongly moving up. Daily shows me it's green, then we are strongly moving up. Then doing in the top down approach, I'll move back to 4 hours time frame to say what if we are doing on a 4-hourly time frame. I know where my target is currently, where I can expect a bounce based on this current high that we have here. And if I zoom back, most probably that same high has some impact in some other trading location. These are the kind of things that I will be looking at to show me how strong that area is. Right, so 136.50 is my respective target on a 4-hour level. This is what the chart is looking at. I can see the break of that weekly trend line. It's a very strong break, and currently price is taking a breather. I call it a breather in the sense that when you have that serious break of the weekly time frame trend line, yeah, price we have to settle down, price we have to find balance, price we have to find equilibrium for it to either continue to the upside or start using that area as an area of resistance to bounce off. But because we've broken away from the weekly trend line, we are looking up. We have to be able to visualize what is likely gonna be the conditions of the market that can turn around this market and then makes it start declining. At the same time, we have to be able to visualize what can be the conditions in this market that can make it start exploding or rallying to the top side. And currently I have this trend line there. If price managed to go up as it has done, and then I can see price coming back down, that's the break, and I can see price coming back down, I will be expecting some kind of bounce as it's done based on this trend line that I have over here when price reach certain areas over here. Right, that's the 4 hours. I can see what price is doing. Price is taking a breather. There's no much move from let's quantify based on what has moved up from here, from this congestion area. We've got about 200 pips move, and currently price is taking a breather of just about 40 pips moves to maintain an equilibrium, to maintain a balance. So in the euro US dollar, we are looking for continuation to the upside, because during Wednesday FOMC we've got that break. Price is still maintaining that top ratio on top over there, and then we haven't really see a massive retracement. So the strength is to the upside. 4-hourly chart is showing me that we're taking a breather. I'm gonna move to the hourly chart, and this is what we have on the hourly chart. We're having an impressive bounce on our 36 moving average, 36 EMA. 36 EMA is acting like support for the price. Each and every time that price reach there, it's bouncing back up. And if you can visualize closely this trend line which I've drawn, each and every time that prices touches that trend line, it bounces back down. So what we are expecting is at the break of this particular trend line, we are expecting continuation, and this is how we're going to treat that. This is how we actually going to trade it. This is what we're going to be looking at coming into the new week trading. On the 5-minute chart now, which is going to prove our entry for us after doing that top down approach, the next thing that I'm going to be looking at is what is that support area that price has been eating and bouncing back. And it is so glaring from this horizontal line which I've drawn that The moment price breaks this and comes back and breaks it back, it uses it as support. Price comes back, couldn't touch it, it's using it as support. Over here we are using that area as support. What area is that, if I may question? That area is going to be areas around the 13500 area, which is the 13500 area has been a massive support since we've managed to do the move up. So currently now, this is what I'm going to be looking at in this euro US dollar trade. I'll be looking for price to come up above this trend line, yeah, for price to shoot up, and then possibly for price to come down again to an area around there and then move up. And when it's moving up, I'll be waiting for targets around my 136.50 level. At the same time, if price decides not to move up, then I'll be looking for price to break down. Yeah, and when price break down, I'll be looking for possibility of potential retracement to use that same support that we've got over there as resistance, and then the next possibility will be a decline in price, and I'll be looking for targets around that longer term trend line around the 134.20 area. So that is what I'm looking at in the euro US dollar. I'm looking at an entry around the 135.20 area. If price breaks up the 135.20 area and comes back down to it, I'll be looking at an entry around there, and I'll be looking at a short of prices below the 13500 area to target the 134.20 area. So that is my scenario that I'm watching in the euro US dollar coming into the new week. Going to the cable now, which is the pound dollar, then we quickly do a top down approach. On my top down approach, I've got my trend lines from 2010 March spanning through to the current year that we are in, which is 2013, and I've seen series of bounces on that trend line. Currently prices is showing me that we have touched that trend line again. We are currently trading below that trend line after bounce from it. You can see that I've got a sell position in the market, and then yeah, I'm currently taking advantage of that bounce of that massive trend line using my day trading strategy, which is one strategy that you need to know to understand how to take advantages of this movement at a very important area. So on weekly, I can see that bounce coming into the new week. We are currently trading below the weekly trend line, and price is currently around the 1.600 level, which is another round number, a psychological number that can have some impact on prices. Then I'll do the daily chart analysis. Currently we've moved up and then we're bouncing, and what we are expecting is watching this chart closely for price deceleration, possibly back to areas around there. We can see clearly that we've broken all the way up the 633 EMA, which is my yellow EMA. We are trading around that weekly resistance trend line, and then price has rejected that area, and we're currently moving down on my 4-hour chart, which I'm going to show you the scenarios that I'm looking at on the 4-hour chart. Sorry, I'm looking at possibility of price to come all the way down to here and then bounce back on the 36 EMA to continue its up movement, but there is a clear issue around there. We are trading all around weekly time frame resistance, and we can have very serious volatility coming into the trading week, and we have to be extremely cautious on trading the pound dollar. Currently the scenario is looking exactly the way it is shown here on the 1 hour chart. We've had our FOMC move up, prices has rejected that high to start declining, and on my 1 hour chart it is clearly shown that prices is respecting this trend line from top here all the way down, and prices is decelerating. I managed to gain an entry into the market around that area of the 160.55. A very nice decent profit has been taken out of that position. I'm still in the market with the remainder of the last two mini lots, or micro lots you may call it, and then I'm looking for targets around the 159 area. That is where I'm looking for target currently. If price managed to descend down to the 159.67 area, I'm looking for a further push up in price to either bounce off again from this trend line, or if I've got a very strong push, which is what I'm expecting, as this is another area of resistance. If you're trading the pound dollar last week, you will realize that this is an area of resistance which I mentioned in one of my classes, and that is an important area that we are watching. That is an area we break out from. Now we are currently trading back to that area, which we are looking for it to turn into support. We've got massive trend lines from the longer time frame spanning through the same area, so this is an area for you guys to watch for, to look for bounces around there and take a bounce trade for it to shoot up to the next areas around there. So I will be looking forward to take some of my profits around there. I may leave a very little small position around the same area to see if we're going to break down further down, and if we break down further down, then that is, we're going to be looking for continuation. If we retest this area and we couldn't move back above it, we're going to be looking for continuation on as short, and that can then lead to further targets around there. At the same time, if that did not happen and we see this bounce from the 159.60 area and we saw a push up to that weekly trend line that we've got around that area, we may encounter further bounce to come and retest that hourly trend line which we've got, and then I'll be looking to enter a new position on the long side over here around the 159.80 plus level, around the 159.90, 160 level, to look for a new long. Depends on what the chart is showing me. You've got opportunity to see all this happening in our live trading classes that we hold almost on daily basis. If you are interested, you can register your details at bolyxtrading.co.uk, where you can gain massive advantage into how the financial market works and how we trade and how we reap these massive rewards using our day trading strategy. This is an analysis strategy which I'm using to do my top-down approach. So from here now, if I manage to get a long position into the market, I'll be targeting, my next target will be just this weekly area where I'm going to be looking to offset some of my position, and if I manage to break the weekly trend line, then I'll be looking for a new bounce of it, then to shoot up. So the ideal scenario, if you haven't taken this trading opportunity before, is for you to look for a move above this weekly trend line and then watch for a retracement back to it, and then if there is a buy signal coming in on that weekly trend line, then you may take advantage of it all the way up to the 162.80 area. That's on the pound dollar. Now I'm gonna do the next chart we're gonna look at is we actually looking at charts that produce good returns, charts that gives you good value for money, and I'm gonna do the dollar Swiss. The dollar Swiss is more or less like the opposite of the euro dollar. They are sometimes correlated most of the time. So that is my dollar Swiss chart. I'm gonna do a top down approach. Hold on for the template to load. Give me a second. The template is currently loading, and while that is going on, I'm gonna use this opportunity to advertise the Bolyx financial trading concept, where we've reaped massive 427% profit increase within 1 week of trading. On the home page, that is where you can find details of the next upcoming course, and then on our training courses, that is where you can find the courses that we offer, the price of their courses, and then how you can take advantages of their courses. Do not think about the price or about how much you want to invest in a course that's going to be a turnaround, a positive turnaround in your financial future. You have the opportunity to contact me and discuss your capability or possibly your financial situation, whereby I can then set up a direct debit or an installment payment for the course, so that it wouldn't be too much for you if you need to start. I don't want people to get turned down based on the price of the course. All I want is I want everybody to be able to come in, whether they've got the money or they haven't, to come and seek the strength and the power in trading the financial market. It's not really about the money at all. It's about me imparting the knowledge into you, and about you gaining from that knowledge and utilizing it. Even if you then make profit after and you decide to now pay up your courses, then it's fine by me. The most important thing for me is for you to understand the concept, is for you to learn what it's all about, and it's for you to gain from what it's all about. And I will continue to do this until I can see that you learn and understand what it is to trade the financial market and reap the massive reward from the financial market. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm gonna be posting some new video very soon on the updates of the financial market trading. Currently I'm experiencing some difficulty on my charts. I'm gonna have to stop the video for now and then restart my computer if this keep happening, so that I will then continue the video later on. You will see I have the further aspect of the weekly analysis, weekly outlook into the forex market trading, as second part of this course. I don't know the reason why it's messing about. Let me try and see if I close it, if it's gonna come back up quick. I will leave my contact details on the YouTube page for you guys to get in touch back with me if you need to. Right, luckily enough it's back on. I'm gonna put on the template. Hopefully comes up this time. If not, then most probably MailTrader is having a little bit of issue, and I'll find a way to resolve that, as this don't happen all the time. Anyway guys, this is the current situation. Thank you so much for attending this weekly outlook classes. I will be posting more videos as we go on daily basis, and bear in mind, as any life situation, trading is all about the business of risk and reward. Obviously you will be risking certain amount of money. It doesn't have to be so much amount of money, and that is the reason why I'm there to guide you, so that you can gain from however how little that you are risking. Imagine if you pull your £295 in the bank for a period of 1 week. I'm very sure there's no any hard working honest banker that's willing to give you back 400% on your money. Thank you so much for attending this class. I will resolve this situation, and make sure you visit me at bolyxtrading.co.uk. Thank you.